Imagine waking up tomorrow and knowing exactly what's going to happen. You know who's going to text you. You know if that risk you're scared to take will fail or succeed. At first, it sounds like a superpower, right? No more bad decisions. No more regret. Just a perfect life, planned in advance. But here's the real question. Would you actually want that? Let's say you had this ability starting today. You check your future and see everything clearly. You see yourself becoming successful. You see money, recognition, a dream life. Feels amazing. But then something strange happens. You stop trying as hard. Because if it's already guaranteed, why struggle? Why stay up late working? Why push through difficult days? You already know the outcome. So the journey starts losing meaning. Now flip it. What if you look into your future and see failure? You see yourself trying your best and still losing. That business idea doesn't work. That relationship ends badly. That big goal never happens. Now what? Do you still try? Or do you give up before you even start? Because suddenly, the future isn't motivation anymore. It's a prison. Most of what makes life exciting comes from not knowing. Think about your favorite movie. If you knew the ending before watching it, would it feel the same? Probably not. The suspense disappears. The emotions feel weaker. Life works the same way. The uncertainty is what creates excitement. The risk is what gives value to success. Now imagine something even more intense. You see a moment in your future where everything changes. Maybe it's the day you meet someone who changes your life. Or the exact moment your biggest dream comes true. Instead of living in the present, you're stuck chasing a moment that hasn't happened yet. And when it finally comes, it doesn't feel as magical. Because you already lived it in your head 1,000 times. But here's the twist most people don't think about. What if knowing the future actually changes it? Let's say you see yourself failing at something. So you decide to work harder to avoid that failure. Now because of that effort, you succeed. So was the future wrong? This creates a loop. Now your life becomes less about living, and more about constantly checking outcomes. Like refreshing a page again and again. Trying to control everything. Trying to perfect every move. But perfection has a cost. No surprises. No spontaneity. No real freedom. Because every choice becomes calculated. Every step becomes controlled. And slowly, life starts feeling less alive. Think about some of your best memories. They were probably unexpected. A random trip. A last-minute decision. A moment you didn't plan. Those moments hit differently because they weren't guaranteed. Now imagine removing that completely. No randomness. No accidents. No unexpected wins. Just a straight line from point A to point B. Here's something even more real. If you knew the future, you'd also know the bad moments. Loss, pain, goodbyes. Moments you wish you could avoid. But what if you couldn't change them? What if you had to live through them anyway? Now you're not just experiencing pain once. You're experiencing it twice. Once when you see it coming, and once when it actually happens. So instead of protecting you, knowing the future could make life heavier, more stressful, more overwhelming. And yet, there's still something tempting about it. Because deep down, everyone wants certainty. Everyone wants control. Everyone wants to avoid mistakes. But here's the truth most people ignore. Mistakes are not the problem. They're the reason growth exists. If you never failed, you'd never learn. If you never felt lost, you'd never figure out direction. If everything was already known, you wouldn't evolve. Life isn't powerful because it's predictable. It's powerful because it's not. Because every day is uncertain. Because anything can change. Because you don't know what's coming next. And that's not a weakness. That's the whole point. So instead of wishing to know the future, maybe the better question is, what can you do today without knowing it? What risks can you take? What decisions can you make without guarantees? Because that's where real life happens. Not in certainty, but in possibility. At the end of the day, if you knew the future, you might feel safer. You might feel more in control, but you'd lose something much bigger. The feeling of discovery, the excitement of the unknown, the raw, unpredictable experience of being alive. And maybe, that's not a trade worth making.